Irregular verb conjugations under the imperfect subjunctive. In the imperfect subjunctive, even the most irregular verbs follow the same pattern as regular verbs. They take the third person plural preterite form. They remove the ron from that preterite ending, and then to that stem, they add the respective imperfect subjunctive endings. So once you understand how irregular preterite verbs work, it will be very easy to understand how irregular imperfect subjunctive verbs work as well. First, we will look at verbs with preterite stem changes, starting off with the E to I stem change. So for the verb sentir, the third person plural preterite form undergoes an E to I stem change, sintieron. And we remove the ron and obtain the stem sintie. And to this stem, we add the imperfect subjunctive endings afterwards. Sintiera, sintieras, sintiera, sintieramos, sintierais, sintieran. Sintiese, sintieses, sintiese, sintiesemos, sintieseis, sintiesen. These are the imperfect subjunctive stems for verbs with an E to I preterite stem change. For the O to U preterite stem change, you only need to know dormir and morir. So for morir, we have an O to U stem change in the third person plural preterite form, murieron. We remove the ron and obtain the stem murie. And then to this stem we add the imperfect subjunctive endings. Muriera, murieras, muriera, murieramos, murierais, murieran. Muriese, murieses, muriese, muriesemos, murieseis, muriesen. For dormir, again, it has an O to U stem change in the third person plural preterite form, durmieron. We remove the ron and we have the stem durmie. So to this stem we add the imperfect subjunctive endings. Durmiera, durmieras, durmiera, durmieramos, durmierais, durmieran. Durmiese, durmieses, durmiese, durmiesemos, durmieseis, durmiesen. Next are verbs that take a J in their preterite stems. So traducir, in the third person plural preterite form, is conjugated as tradujeron. We remove the ron and obtain the stem traduje. So to this stem we add the imperfect subjunctive endings. Tradujera, tradujeras, tradujera, tradujeramos, tradujerais, tradujeran. Tradujese, tradujeses, tradujese, tradujesemos, tradujeseis, tradujesen. These are the imperfect subjunctive stems for those verbs which take a J in their preterite forms. Next are verbs with preterite UV stems like tener. So in the third person plural preterite form, tener is conjugated as tuvieron. We remove the ron and obtain the stem tuvie. To this stem, we add the imperfect subjunctive endings. Tuviera, tuvieras, tuviera, tuviéramos, tuvierais, tuvieran. Tuviese, tuvieses, tuviese, tuviesemos, tuvieseis, tuviesen. These are the imperfect subjunctive stems for the three preterite UV stem change verbs. For verbs with preterite U stems like haber, the third person plural preterite form of haber is hubieron. We remove the ron and obtain the stem hubie. To this stem, we add the imperfect subjunctive endings. Hubiera, hubieras, hubiera, hubiéramos, hubierais, hubieran. Hubiese, hubieses, hubiese, hubiésemos, hubieseis, hubiesen. These are the imperfect subjunctive stems for those verbs with a preterite U stem change. For verbs with preterite I stems like venir, the third person plural preterite conjugation is vinieron. So we remove the ron and obtain the stem vigne. And to this stem we add the imperfect subjunctive endings. Viniera, vinieras, viniera, vinieramos, vinierais, vinieran. Viniese, vinieses, viniese, viniesemos, vinieseis, viniesen. These are the imperfect subjunctive stems for those verbs with a preterite I stem change. It would probably be easier if you just memorize the imperfect subjunctive stems for those preterite stem change verbs. Next are verbs with preterite spell changes, starting off with the Y spell change. So for the verb leer, the third person plural preterite conjugation is leyeron. We remove the ron and obtain the stem leye. To this stem, we add the imperfect subjunctive endings. Leyera, leyeras, leyera, leyeramos, leyerais, leyeran. Leyese, leyeses, leyese, leyesemos, leyeseis, leyesen. These are the imperfect subjunctive stems for those verbs which have a Y spell change in their third person preterite forms. For verbs that end in llir, like gruñir, the third person plural preterite form ends in eron. So we remove the ron and obtain the stem gruñe. And to this stem we add the imperfect subjunctive endings. Gruñera, gruñeras, gruñera, gruñeramos, gruñerais, gruñeran. Gruñese, gruñeses, gruñese, gruñesemos, gruñeseis, gruñesen. And for verbs ending in yir, like buyir, the same thing happens. The third person plural preterite form ends in eron. We remove the ron and obtain the stem buye. And then we add the imperfect subjunctive endings to that stem. Buyera, buyeras, buyera, buyeramos, buyerais, buyeran. Buyese, buyeses, buyese, buyesemos, buyeseis, buyesen. These are the imperfect subjunctive stems for enyer and yir verbs. And we have true irregulars under the imperfect subjunctive. So the verbs ser and ir, they have identical preterite conjugations, therefore they also have identical imperfect subjunctive conjugations. Fuera, fueras, fuera, fuéramos, fuerais, fueran. Fuese, fueses, fuese, fuesemos, fueseis, fuesen. And for the verb dar, diera, dieras, diera, dieramos, dierais, dieran. Diese, dieses, diese, diesemos, dieseis, diesen. The imperfect subjunctive stems for these truly irregular verbs are also formed by simply removing the ron from the third person plural preterite conjugation. And that covers irregular verb conjugations under the imperfect subjunctive. Again, once you understand how irregular preterite verb conjugations work, the irregular imperfect subjunctive conjugations become much easier to understand. As I always say, I would very much appreciate it if you can share this video series with your friends and teachers. And that is all for now, so until next time.